thanks to all our sponsors, Skips and Bins. You can find them at skipsandbins.com or telephone 0800 25 45 25 3. Email inquiries at skipsandbins.com. Website skipsandbins.com. Easy contract free and pay-as-you-go waste collection. Big thanks to Mr. Vicky's sauces handmade in Cumbria. You can order them from their website, mrvickys.co.uk, or by telephoning 01768 210 102. A big thanks also to New Workwear. You can find them at newworkwear.com. They're an agile and dedicated workwear provider. Welcome back as well to United Travel. They are a UK coaches firm and they are based in the Northeast. They've got 2024 tours and you can contact them on 01670 632 460 or mobile 0791 666 4174. Email info@unitedgrouptravel.com, and they've got a website which is unitedgrouptravel.com. There's no strangers on their tours, just people you haven't met yet. Big thanks to them for their sponsorship. Big thanks as well to Media Arts, and they supply all the video technology. If you want to become a member and get a cup, a pen, a membership card, and a scarf, then get your smartphone and put it over this QR code. It will take you straight to the membership pack. It's a £25 one-off fee. You can also go to NUFC Matters website and search membership pack to book today. If you want to help the channel, then subscribe to it by hitting the subscribe button. Hit the thumb up under the video to like the video and click share to share to your other social media. We're also available as a podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast providers. Don't forget, we help the food bank on this channel. If you want to do so virtually, go to nufcfansfoodbank.co.uk and make a donation today. The Alan Shearer raffle is back on. 150 tickets, £1 a ticket. Win a limited edition signed Alan Shearer ball. Enter today at nufcmatters.com. Welcome back to When UFC Matters. It's Rock and Rob's album review. Good afternoon, Rob. How are you?
Good afternoon, Steve. Excellent. And yours, good self?
Yes, very good, mate. Very good. What musical masterpiece have you got for us today?
The Verve's Urban Hymns. Now, this is a picture of it. I don't own the vinyl. I've been listening to it on YouTube, but it's an album I now will be buying. So this is 1997. It's a third album. Again, every review I seem to do is people falling out. I think there was a big clash of characters in the Verve after the first two albums were done and falling out, and they got back together. It's all lovely now. So yeah, it's a third album. It's produced by Youth, who's iconic. He plays the bass for one of my favourite bands called Kill and Joke. Good London band, alternative industrial band, excellent. So the Verve, people would say an indie band. What I've gone on, I mean, I remember them in the 90s. I remember where I was when this album came out. I'm going to say it's like a pop rock alternative, but with a sprinkling of Radiohead on it. So I wouldn't label it as a indie per se album. 19th best-selling album of all time in the UK. 4 singles on this one, unlike Oasis's 7. Bittersweet Symphony, The Drugs Don't Work, Lucky Man, and Sonnet. Again, been listening to this about 4 or 5 times during the week. Really took to it. Was quite surprised, to be honest. Again, first, I'm going to say I'm only doing vinyl reviews. I mean, I don't have this one on vinyl. I just don't like the sound of compressed music on CD. So again, it's a personal thing for me. So I will be buying this on vinyl. And again, if you like this, hit the thumbs up. I think I've got about 7 thumbs up, about 115 views. So I mean, it helps me. Let me grow the channel. Put comments in what you'd like to see different or albums you'd like to hear me reviewing. again, it does push the channel, and I'm very grateful for that. I love targets and, figures, that side of things. So yeah, again, you can go back to my back catalogue of stuff. Got 6 months worth of album reviews. So we're opening this song with Bittersweet Symphony. The royalties to this went to the Rolling Stones, and I believe Richard Ashcroft only made £1,000 or €1,000 for this song. The Stones owned the royalties to this because it sounded like this could be the last time, I think it was. It's a statement opener for the album. The music video is homage to Massive Attack's Unfinished Symphony. Massive Attack, I love them as well. I like the trip hop sort of things in the 90s. Portishead was another one, Tricky, that sort of thing. I really like that. So the video, again, if you look at the Massive Attack one and the Verve's one, very similarities, probably filmed in East End of London. But don't quote me on that. It's a great song, Everyday Life Struggles. That's what it's about. It's a beautiful string arrangements for this one and the drumming. But I mean, everybody will know this song. You put it on, you hear it. It's like, not had that for a long, long time. Brilliant, beautiful song. But a great song to open the album with. The second song is Sonnet. Again, I'd say it's an alternative rock ballad. The music I noticed in the background is Ashcroft's vocals taking the lead in this album. The music's always much more subtle in the background to the Verve. I'm noticing the vocals are, loud, prominent. It's a place for it though with the Verve. It's a simple, sweet song. I really like this song. It's a soothing, emotional song. Great vocals on this track. I think it's one of my favourite songs on this album. Then you've got the Rolling People, psychedelic rock tune, I would suggest. It's a good steady pace. It's about drug use and drug life. Good reverb on the guitars, which I'm picking up on. It's a bit more engaging than Sonnet. Not a radio-friendly song because it lasts over 7 minutes long. It's very punchy from the start. I like the wah-wah guitar in this. Craig, if you're listening, can we get some songs with some crybaby wah-wah on it? I love that. I just love that sound. Then you've got The Drugs Don't Work. This was the Verve's #1 single. It was a good follow-up from the Rolling People, I think. So a sober and somber song. It's a bit of song, but a hopeful feeling in life. So a really nice guitar slide on it playing, and really, really, I love the backing vocals on this. Same as Bittersweet Symphony. The thing I like about that song is the backing vocals. It's just like spoken baritone underneath the lead vocals. That's what I like about that song. It's like less is more. So yeah, going back to track number 5 is Catching the Butterfly, very bassy. So again, Radiohead style song, I think. So it's like the Verve jamming, sort of going through the song. So standard indie pop drumming. It's quite a decent song, and I'm noticing as well the drumming with a lot of these bands in the 90s were very, very samey. A lot of the indie bands are doing the same thing. Again, go back to NWA, the drum beat tracks, it's very similar. It must have come from that. That's what I hear as a drummer. Then you've got number 6, is Neon Wilderness. Unusual intro, experimental sounding. Again, it's dreamy, trippy. The drumming's a bit random on this one. It's a bit strange. I don't know. Nick McCabe and guitar is absolutely bang on with this, and I think that's who Richard Ashcroft fell out with, but they made up. Then you've got track 7, Space and Time. To me, it reminds me of Lucky Man at the start. It's quite an emotional song, a beautiful song though, very vulnerable tone and vocals. I do find that it's got a vulnerable, childish, searching voice, touch and soulful, I would say. Song about love and life, a really nice song, really liked it. Here, track number 8 is Weeping Willow. Again, I would say a psychedelic feel to this again. Indie drum and drop beat again. Superb song. Love the texture and guitar in this playing throughout the song. Bass and the drums holding this one together firmly. Really, really good song. Again, the drums and bass and from say the Mondays, Charlatans, all these sort of spirals. They're different bass runs. It seems a bit more mature as an album and musicianship. So that's Weeping Willow. Then you've got Lucky Man. Acoustic guitar opening again with this. It's one of these inspiring songs. It's inspirational. Again, great video to this. It's like jamming in the studio flat. I watched it this morning. It's like an open flat. Brilliant video to it. Nostalgic song that never run out of time. It's absolutely beautiful. Just great. Just the harmonies, the warmth of it, the depth of it as well. It's quite a deep album. The sound as well. Then you got track number 10. I didn't realise this was a double album, to be honest with you, but there you go. Track number 10 is called One Day. It's a nice warm Hammond organ intro to this guitar opening. Song makes me want to go back in time, sort of ballad about the past, how we could change life situations and emotions, but we can't. Life's too short. That's why all these bands and record agents, it should not fall on out with each other. Keep work, bang your heads together and get on with stuff. Work together, and never forget how you all met. You've got a living. It's called This Time. It's a dancey, trippy intro. It's about don't look back in life. Really good vocals on this song. I really like it. Again, it's quite a moody, swingy song. Really warm again, deep song, brilliant song. And you've got number 12 is Velvet Morning. So acoustic guitar and slide opener with this one. The tempo similar to Drugs Don't Work. A beautiful song again. I keep saying the word beautiful, but Richard Ashcroft, and I never listened to this album at the time. I was aware of the singles. I was flat sharing at the time. There was a guy who's big into his indie stuff, was listening to a lot. They're very catchy songs, but it's quite a lonely sung song, the heart and heart in it, the sort of deep feeling in it again. I mean, this is what I hear. It picks up in parts, it drops tempo, a really, really nice song. So up and down this. Really, really good song though. So you got track 13, it's the last song. It's called Come On, Deep Freeze. So a wee fuzzy intro guitar, feedback, drums, again, great bass playing sitting in the background. Again, I love the Crybaby Wah Wah on this. Craig, again, let's choose some songs with Crybaby Wah Wah guitar effects on it. It builds up, good tempo after the first verse. Really like this song. What a song to end on. There's not a bad song on this album. There's not a filler song on this album. But again, like I said, I didn't realise it was a double album. Absolute belter. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I was very surprised. Not as surprised as I was, but listening to NWA. I've been listening to them again today. Absolutely brilliant.
I've got you hooked.
You have 100%. Listen, it was that thing. That's a moment in time with my vinyl collection. It's like I remember when I done this, listened to that, and bought this, and that today I was in a great place. I bought that album on your advice, and listened to it again today. But after I've been listening to Verve all week, but I really liked it. I really like the Verve's album. That now again, back in the time, I can see why people liked them then, the indie kids as I called them, and then now it's not a songwriter. And I was going back looking at Richard Ashcroft's stuff he'd done on the Key Sessions and Live 8, his guest appearances with Coldplay. Now I'm thinking as well. I mean, I think I see a lot of Coldplay in the Verve as well. 100%. I can, same. I think Coldplay are a U2 and the Verve tribute band now. I would say, but probably annoy some people, but it's true.
Always surprised me that the Verve didn't come out with another 2 or 3 banging albums, a bit like Oasis or etc. But some bands can only have that one album, which makes the the public go wow. I would. It is one of my favorite albums. I've got to be honest. Urban Hymns, and Richard Ashcroft's come out with a couple of really good songs himself. Went on to have a solo career, of course. So but well worth a listen. Anybody who hasn't listened to Urban Hymns, I would thoroughly recommend it. Rob, as always, absolute pleasure to have you on the show, mate. Look forward to getting you on again next week for your next album review.
Okay, Steve, thank you very much.
We still do 7 NUFC Matters show a week for free. But if you want to help support NUFC Matters, then there are a few ways of doing it. Hit the like button on each live broadcast and video. This helps the channel grow. Hit the subscribe button and select the all notifications bell so you don't miss a single show. If you want to help us financially, then you can join the channel using this button with the membership starting at $1.99 a month. Or you can drop us a donation in the chat using a super sticker. We're also looking for sponsors. If you'd like your brand advertised on the flyers for the show and featured during the ad break, then email John at nufcmatters.com to arrange today.